live Q&A. Nope, this is a webinar, sorry. This is our Blues Mastery webinar. I'm so excited that you guys are here, and I cannot wait to get started here with this, with our Blues Jam today. We are here secretly, hiding somewhere is the one and only Tyler.
Live Q&A. Nope, this is a webinar, sorry. This is our Blues Mastery webinar.
Let me mute that, there we go. Tyler, the one and only from 10 Thumbs Pro, is here with us today. We are here for the 3 secrets to blues mastery, and we're going to go over those secrets today. And then at the very end, I have actually 2 super awesome things that I'm going to share with you. One of them is a giveaway. First of all, we have an amazing giveaway today, and then we have a new course that we're going to be talking about here. So I see a whole bunch of people in the chat. Please leave a message in the chat. Say hello, welcome, all that kind of good stuff. Please. All right. So check it out. Hold on. I'm just going to, my team is here as well. Mari and Alex is here. I'm just going to text them here real quick. Can you hear me okay? Can you see me okay? Give me a thumbs up if you would, please, in the chat. Let me just text them real quick. All right, there we go. Aloha. I see a whole bunch of people here. Jean and Lori and Patrice and Dawn and Pam and Randy and Penny and Ron and Brenda, Anthony, Michael, Greg. Hey, I haven't seen Greg for a while. It's good to see Greg back. Joey, Glenn, Brooke, Kevin, Murphy, Frank, Scott, Barbara, Elijah, Randall, Christine, Doc. Wow, so many people. Earl here. This is going to be a fun webinar today. Okay, hold on. All right, I need a link to that. And by the way, make sure you're very active in the chat today. I am wearing my You Like the Pro shirt. Hopefully you have one too. I cannot see you. What's up? Even Ted is here today. Haven't seen Ted for a while. So it's good to see him. It's good to see him. Okay, there it is. Let me go to the site here. We are, this is an exciting day. I've actually already packed like 7 ukuleles today. There we are. Here we are. I'm right here on the page, ukulelethepros.com/learn. And if you want to leave a chat, you do have to be logged into your Gmail account, I believe. Okay. So if you're having trouble with that, that's probably the biggest reason. All right. Good. I see a whole bunch of people with their shirts. I love that. I didn't get one to Tyler yet, but we're going to bring him on in just a minute. So we're just going to let people kind of get in here. I'm going to introduce myself a little bit for those that don't know me. Then I'll introduce the one and only Tyler from 10 Thumbs Pro, and then we'll bring him on. He is actually going to be live here on the Zoom call with us. Matter of fact, he's there just hanging out right now. So good. It's good to see everybody. Thanks for the help of everybody that's been, or everybody that's here participating from Germany. Yeah, let me know where you're from. I see Germany. I see Great Britain here. I see Seattle. I see hot Palm Springs. Yeah, it's a little blistering here as well, here in San Diego. I see Peter's checking in from the UK. Awesome. It's good to see everybody. David from California. Brenda from Vancouver Island. Milwaukee. Becky from Milwaukee. Chris from Nebraska. All right, Bob from NorCal. Barbara from Germany. How awesome is that we are all over the world? And Tyler and I will talk about that. All right, Alameda, California. Linda, Terry Showers, Missouri. All right. We did have 5 really nice lessons this week that we did. And hopefully you grabbed those 5 lessons. We're not going to just go over those 5 lessons. We're going to touch upon a little bit about those. But we're going to have 3 secrets today to blues mastery. 3 secrets today. And we're going to go over that in just a second. By the way, I don't know if you noticed, but Tyler and I had a collaboration video that we literally did. We literally did like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. It was been a while, and it's been sitting on my hard drives, and we got it edited, and it's up. Over the thrill is gone. The thrill is gone. Yeah, Joey pulling his You Like the Pro shirt out of the hamper. I do that all the time. This one was actually clean, but I do that all the time. Okay, good. Randall with the liking the videos. I appreciate that. Okay. Good. Yeah, so there's a lot of content on that stuff. Thanks to my team, by the way, for putting everything together. All those web pages you see, all the video editing and stuff like that. They've all done a fantastic job. That goes for people you see more and more, Mari and Alex. Also some people behind the scenes as well that help out that you don't really know that well, but are also helping you like the pros. So good. All right. Yeah, keep them coming. I'm going to be playing today my Koloha Mango tenor. When these come in, you should grab them because I just had 3 Koloha KTM Koa tenors in last night and they're already gone. So I will have more mangoes as well as some more silver anniversaries as well as some more Koa tenors coming soon. So a lot of stuff coming around. So I'm getting a message here. This is being recorded. I believe I've already hit the record button. It is being recorded. Yes, it is. And you will have access to this after this for a day or two. Okay. I'm just got to message someone here a live webinar right now. meant to text him earlier. All right. Kenya, can you believe that? 1 ukulele in Kenya is all the way here. So also give me a shout out to the premium members. All my premium members, give me a shout out. Drop an emoji in the chat. Drop just any emoji if you're a premium member. Make it cool, like make it I don't know, make it fun. All right, yeah, Ted's always working. That's why we don't see him much. He's so busy working and then posting on his video. All right, good. Yeah, Greg does need a mango. It's been a while. All right, good. So let's go ahead and get this thing started now. All right, I'm going to go to a little bit of a PowerPoint just to kind of introduce what's going on here today, and we're going to bring on Tyler here in just a minute. So I just wanted to give a second to get everybody here. Now that you're here, let's do this. I'm freaking excited. I'm pumped on this. I'm ready to go. Tyler's just sitting there waiting. He's freaking ripping over there. I see him ripping it up there. All right. If anything happens like you don't see or hear me or Tyler, just leave it in the chat. Leave it in the chat, and we'll get that fixed as soon as possible. All right. Let me share my screen here with you. All right. So here we go. Where's my Zoom? Here it is. Okay. I can share my screen because I am on Zoom. All right. All right, so here's the PowerPoint. Here we are at our Ukulele Blues webinar. Welcome, and today we are going to talk about the 3 secrets to blues mastery, and we're going to go over that here shortly. But real quick, most of you know who I am. If you do not know who I am, I completely understand. Actually, I have a funny story I have to tell here in a second, and I bet Tyler can totally relate to this as well. But I am Terry Carter, and I am the creator of Uke Like the Pros, and also Store.Uke Like the Pros as well. And then also I do have a guitar channel, and it's called Rock Like the Pros, which actually started. That was before Uke Like the Pros happened, was Rock Like the Pros, but I am the creator of Uke Like the Pros. Just a little bit about my background. A lot of you know this if you've seen these before. I won't take too much of your time. But I did study music both at San Diego State University, where I got my undergraduate degree in music education. And then I went on and actually got a full TA-ship, I guess. It's like a scholarship, a teaching assistant at the University of Southern California in studio jazz guitar. That's where I got my master's in music. And then I spent the next 20 years in LA as a studio musician, where I was recording, producing, engineering, songwriting, basically publishing, everything you can imagine that one can do in the music business. I did a lot of it up in LA. I have worked with some great artists in my career, just a few that you probably know. I've probably worked with a lot you don't know, more behind the scenes studio guys, but some of the ones you may know include Josh Groban, the guys from Weezer, great band, Robbie Krieger of the Doors, and also the Los Angeles Philharmonic. All right. Just so you know, every time I do one of these webinars, I get to increase these numbers, and it's so exciting. But with all my YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, I have over 100,000 followers, and that's a pretty amazing feat. And I'm honored and thankful that so many people follow me on the different platforms that I have. And also, we have thousands of worldwide members at ukulelethepros.com. So awesome. And yes, TC is a name that I do go by, so that's fine with me. That's usually something people say. So, all right, without further ado, I'm going to bring on my special guest. And by the way, we're totally winging this, by the way. So this isn't true blues style, improv style. This is not something we spent too much time talking about. This is not something we rehearsed. So what you're seeing here is our first time going through this, and I appreciate anybody like Tyler who can not freak out and go with the flow with this kind of stuff. So I'm happy about that. So the man I'm about to bring on, this is pretty staggering. Check this out. This is pretty staggering if you see these stats here. But the man I'm about to bring on is Tyler James Ostenfeld. Over 270. That's right. You did not read that wrong. 270,000. It's a staggering number, to be honest with you. As I slowly creep towards 80,000. Okay, just to put it in perspective, over 270,000 followers on YouTube. If you're not following 10 Thumbs Pro, please go there. Either now, well, I don't want you to leave, but please just take a screenshot, copy this down, but make sure you go follow 10 Thumbs Pro's Productions. That's youtube.com. I don't know if you need to see. I don't think you do, but 10 Thumbs Pro Production. Tyler is putting out so much content on a weekly basis. It's staggering. You will not be disappointed if you go and follow 10 Thumbs Pro. All right. Also, just a freaking awesome ukulele and guitar blues master, and I had to put it in caps, but an all-around awesome guy. And Tyler and I have hung out, by the way. He's been to my house as well, and we did a van jam session right out in my front yard. So I've had both him and his wife have been here in San Diego with us. So without further ado, I am going to bring on the one and only. Oh yeah, by the way, he was interviewed by Forbes.com, just so you know. That was pretty impressive. I remember reading that article last week. It was awesome. All right, so without further ado, Tyler, I'm bringing you on. Here we go. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to, let's see, what can I do here? I'm going to make you a co-host for now. That's what I'm going to do. How do I do that? Where's Tyler? There we go. And I'm going to make you a co-host. All right. There you go. Make co-host. All right. And Tyler, I'm going to ask you to unmute yourself. And there you go.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Hey, good to be here, dude.
So welcome, everybody. Give us let us know if you can hear Tyler. If you can hear Tyler. Okay, by the way, I'm going to mute my, there you go. Okay, hopefully you can hear Tyler. I can hear you as well. I'm going to actually just lower it a little bit. There we go. All right, so what's up, my man?
Life is good, brother. How you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic. Crazy as always between fatherhood and husbandhood and living the ukulele dream.
That's right. And zombiehood with the COVID thing going on too.
Exactly, zombiehood. Yeah. So I know. Tell everyone where you're at.
So I live in Medellin, Colombia. I'm an expat. I grew up around Kansas, California, and Michigan, and I left the United States in 2010. I've spent most of my time in Colombia, and I spent 2 years in Buenos Aires in Argentina as well. Where in Argentina, on my couch, is where I started 10 Thumbs Pro.
There you go. There you go. Just like how Apple was started in a garage, 10 Thumbs Pro was started on a freaking couch. All right, so
on a couch with a hole in it, and if you listen to the old videos, you can hear the traffic in the street in front. You can hear them yelling in Spanish in their thick Argentine accent.
Exactly. Yeah. Hey, that. What do they say? If you're not a little embarrassed by your first videos, you waited too long. That's the quote I hear. So yeah, as I go back and hear some of my stuff, you got to be a little embarrassed. So you have a lot. What's that?
For sure, 100%.
You have a lot of fans here, by the way. Everyone's blowing up this chat here. By the way, if you want to see this, Tyler, it's at ukelikethepros.com/learn is where you can see it streaming. And then you can see the comments, and you should be able to interact with people right there. All right. So, ukelikethepros.com/learn. All right.
All right. Cool, man.
All right, cool. So let's go ahead. I got one story to tell real quick, and then I want you to tell a similar story, and then then we're going to get right into this webinar. So I'm going to mute you just for a second. So this is so random, but about 2 months ago, I was out at Lake Mead, and that's one of the biggest man-made lakes right outside of Las Vegas. And we pulled up out in the middle of this lake, out of nowhere, right? Nothing around there. We pull up to this little tiny cove, this little sandy beach, and there's a boat stranded there, and their engine actually fell off the back of their boat. Okay, so their engine actually fell off the back of the boat, and so they needed a tow back to the dock. So as we were putting the ropes on our boat to their boat to give them a tow, the lady that was there was like, "Is that Terry? I follow him on YouTube." It was so freaking random. Okay. It was so random that it was really funny. And it was really funny that out in the middle of nowhere that you can meet a fan of yours. So Tyler, I'm gonna ask you to unmute yourself. Tell me a story about just being recognized as a YouTuber, since you have over 270,000. That you were just randomly recognized by somebody.
Okay, so for me, the first time it happened is probably the most memorable. I was in London, first time I'd ever been in England, and my ukulele presence, I would say, is the strongest in both USA and in the UK. And I was in the bathroom, actually, and I was in the urinal, and the man came up next to me in the urinal, and so he's peeking at me, and I'm kind of wondering, what's going on here? And he goes, "You 10 Thumbs?" And I said, "Why, as a matter of fact, yes, I am." And he goes, "Love your work." And then he just zipped up and walked away and left me there in the bathroom.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, bathroom encounters are always a little strange, aren't they? It's almost you don't really know.
Scenario.
It's almost like you don't really know what the protocol is when you're in a bathroom. You know, what's the right or wrong thing to say or do when you're in the bathroom? It's kind of funny. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in this. I see some funny comments here about me liking to talk. I do like to talk, but you put a mic in front of me. Just look out. But let's get started here. I'm gonna give me 1 second here. I'm gonna bring the PowerPoint. I'm gonna mute you again. I'm gonna bring the PowerPoint up, and then I'm gonna have you help with these things. And by the way, we do have handouts as well for this stuff. So let me bring this on the screen, and then we will get started. Here we go. Thank you all again for being here. It's a true honor that you're taking your time out of your schedule to learn the 3 secrets to blues mastery. All right, so here we are. We are in our webinar. And what are the 3 secrets to blues mastery? Well, we're going to talk about those today, and you got 2 of the best around with Tyler and myself. Oh, by the way, stick around. We are going to have a grand prize winner, and I didn't know what to give away today. we had a couple small prizes, and I was like not feeling great about it. And by the way, you do have to be present to win. Okay, this will be at the end, so you have to be here. So, but I was a little unsure about what I should give today, and as I got home from the shop today, look what happened to be sitting there. I had a box of these Kala Ukulele. Okay, this one is called Razdaz. That's the color. But anyway, someone today is gonna win this ukulele, the Ukulele by Kala. Okay, this will be sent out. And by the way, we will send this anywhere in the world. We're not afraid. We ain't afraid to do that. So anyway, that's gonna be our grand prize. Please stick around to the end though, because if we I call your name and you're not present, we will have to move on to somebody else. That's just how we do it. All right, so stick around for that. Now, by the way, all the handouts from today you will get. If you don't have them already, you will get these handouts, and those will be sent to you at the end of the webinar. Okay. So, well, my blues story. Let's go ahead and skip this for now. Let's just jump into the webinar because I could talk about my blues story for a long time, but let's just jump right into the blues, the secret of the blues mastery. Okay, secret number 1: swing versus straight, or straight versus swing rhythm. This is really a super important concept to understand. If you did my baritone blues mastery course, you know that is there, and that's something I stress. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to have Tyler talk about that as well. Number 2, how do you move the blues up the fretboard? Open position versus closed position. We're going to talk about that. That's a huge secret. You have to know this. You have to know this. If not, you're going to be stuck playing blues in the key of A for the rest of your life, which is fun, but is limiting. All right, and then number 3, which everybody wants to do, which is soloing, okay? The blues soloing. So let's go ahead and I'm going to bring Tyler back on real quick, and then here we go. Let's jump into these secrets right now. Okay, all right. Tyler, you ready?
Yes, sir. I'm ready, Freddie.
Well, I pulled up this handout on swing versus straight. Tell me about what that means to you, or why is that important to understand how to play something like a versus like a something like that.
So I remember kind of very early in jamming with other musicians, and I remember this elusive word groove, right? Groove. And you'd ask, a lot of good musicians are really bad teachers. So I'm pretty fortunate that I'm a good teacher that was actually a poor musician. And I've had to struggle learning everything. So it's made it a little easier for me to communicate these ideas. And I remember a lot of times I'd be like, the groove, man. And you'd say, well, what is the groove? Can you define the groove for me? And they would always tell me the same thing. You just got to feel it, man. And I would say, well, that doesn't do me much good because I can't feel it. You know, I need a place to kind of figure it out. And what they're talking about is swing and straight rhythm. And if you listen to something like, and then you listen to the same notes, we get a really different vibe with this swing. Now, the masters mix both of these things. And I really, to emphasize this, go listen to Robert Johnson, and listen to his turnarounds, and listen to his intros, and listen to how he jumps from eighth notes to triplets, from straight to swing time, because it creates movement, and it creates soul, and it creates that groove, which is the thing that most musicians understand but can't define. And what they're really trying to say is mixing straight and swing time, and the power that you get, it's just, there's something human inside of it. There's just a groove that is kind of just really spiritual almost by mixing those two things. And those are what those two words mean to me.
Yeah, I love that. And I hate that you'll feel it. You know what that means? That means they don't know how to explain what they're trying to say.
100%.
So we're going to break this down for you right now. I'm going to bring out the handout. This is called the swing versus straight handout. And check this out, and then all right, so I want everyone to work on this. Grab your ukes. I do have a low G here, by the way. High G is totally fine for what we're going to do for the most part. It will help when we do the soloing, but either way, we'll figure it out. All right, so really, it's a pretty simple concept, swing versus straight. Straight just being what? Straight, all that means is you're simply dividing the beat equal distance in half, okay? Exactly in half, that's all. You just take it, grab your A chord, by the way, and you're just literally going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Then that's it, just real simple. Now, when you think of straight, you want to think of, well, most importantly, Chuck Berry. Right, just think of Chuck Berry. That's so simple. When you think of the straight driving rhythm, you think of Johnny B. Good. You're good. You're good. You're gonna understand this rhythm. Most rock is gonna be on this straight rhythm. Okay, so that's a straight. And then the swing. This is a very simple concept, and it was taught to me by somebody. It's a hard concept to teach unless you understand these steps right here. So if you're a teacher, and you ever have to teach somebody this is a great way to do it. This is the way it was taught to me, and it made the most sense of anything. And it's going to be a whole lot better than just saying, just feel it. Just feel it. You'll feel it. You'll feel it. No, they won't. They won't feel it because as soon as you're gone and they try to do it themselves, they're going to do this. They're going to flip this rhythm around, okay? Okay, so what do you got to do? Real simple. Take a triplet. What is a triplet? 3 notes in 1 beat. Everyone do that. Grab your A chord. Just do a triplet, which is going to go down, up, down, down. So it's going to be down, up the whole time. And if we were counting, it's just going to go 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, bop, 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 bop. Here's a beat. 1, 2, 3, and here's a triplet. Bop, 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 bop. Now, bop, 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 bop. 1, da, da, da. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. All right, so that should be pretty straightforward. Now, here it is. This is how simple it is. Take out the middle note, which is over the word trip. Just take that out. Let the first note ring. Notice how you have these ties here. I can make this a little bigger. Notice how you have the ties here. So just let it ring. Okay? So now you're going to get this. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Again, we're taking out this middle note of the triplet, and that's going to create the swing. And every time it's going to be on the word trip. Okay? So do that with me. Grab your A chord. 1, 2, 3 triplet, 4. And 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now I'm going to take this off the screen here. Okay? So now what we're going to do, hopefully that's understand it, because then what's going to happen is you're going to add this. But we're going to add this in the next one. Don't worry about doing that now. But that's where it's going to give you that swing feel. All right, so grab your A chord. Let's go ahead now. We're going to mix this up. We're going to do 2 measures of straight, followed by 2 measures of the triplets. All right, and then we're going to repeat it. We're going to do that whole thing 2 times. Right. So grab your chords. Here we go. I'm going to just get on the screen, make sure I'm seeing everything okay. All right. I see Tyler there. Okay, good. All right. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, straight, A chord, and 1. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Sorry, let's do it again. Sorry, I was looking at Tyler. He distracted me. Let's do it again. I was swinging a little bit. 1, 2, and here we go. Straight. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 2. Now we're gonna swing it. Here we go. So it's 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 and straight. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2. Now it's swing and 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Bop, 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 and A. Woo! All right, and that's it. Simple as that. All right. There we go. All right. That's it. That's secret number 1. Trust me, if you can get that down, then that's going to help you out a lot. I see a lot of people asking about the handouts. Let me bring Tyler back on for a second. Tyler, do you have anything? I don't know. Have you ever been taught that method, or do you have anything to add just to that particular thing?
I didn't realize that swing was triplets with a rest in the middle, or until I kind of started to read sheet music, and until I started to look at 12/8 timing, because that's another way to look at it. You know, you look at 12/8, and it's an eighth note, a rest, an eighth note, a rest, 12 times through, as opposed to something like 4/4. So I think that in all of these skills, it's worth kind of taking the time to do something like learn how to read sheet music and learn how to count music, learn time signatures, because as much as that is going to be confusing, you're also going to answer a lot of questions and have a lot of aha moments in the process. So for me, it was kind of sitting down and playing along with Robert Johnson and tracks like that, where I figured out how to play swing time, but I didn't fully understand what it was until I took the time to learn how to read sheet music.
Yeah. Now, a lot of times in music, you won't actually see it written out in swing, and I'll show you why. If you saw your whole music written out like this with all these triplets and ties and everything, it would be so complicated, it would confuse you. So usually what they do is they write it normal, like this, and then they just say something like swing.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And that's going to simplify it a lot. Now, the other thing I'll say is that I used to think the triplets or the swing, and it's not necessarily that much of a difference, but I thought it was 16th notes. So I thought it was like a dotted eighth note with a 16th note at the end. Mm-hmm. Like I thought that's how triplets were, and it's so close. You probably would be okay with that, but theoretically, really it should be these triplets.
Yeah, because you get that groove with the 16ths, which is a little more Pink Floyd-y and a little less swingy.
Right, because that last note it's so short. Ba 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 ba. Yeah, exactly. Okay, awesome. So let's move on. That's secret number 1, by the way. You have to get this down. It seems like it's a simple thing. I see a lot of people saying they got it down. By the way, we have 229 people here. That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, Mark says, how do you count a swing field? Well, that we just did how you count it. Now, here's an ironic thing. You actually do feel it. Yeah. You do feel it once you get to the point of understanding it, right? So, yeah, like B.B. King's not up there going 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, right? He's not counting it. He's feeling it. But you have to understand the basis of it first to go on.
The best way to do that is to find a record you like with a lot of swing and count out loud with that record. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And so if you're going to comment your favorite songs you know that are really swing heavy in the comments. And that way someone else has something to listen to, because once you kind of can do that and you tap your foot to it, you'll get a lot more comfortable with it. But you're really just counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Absolutely. Now, the other thing is, and I didn't put this as a secret, although this should be, all of you, your homework assignment this week is to listen to the blues. You have to listen to the blues. That's the only way that you're going to really get the feel down. You could practice, but if you're not listening to the greats, then you got to go and listen. Your homework is listening to greats. So everybody in the chat, please put your favorite blues artist. I'm going to ask Tyler. Tyler, who is your favorite, if you just had to pick one, blues artist?
That's really a hard question to pick just one of them. Oh, man, because some have had more influence on my playing. Some I enjoy more listening. Some I lean to acoustically. Some I lean to electrically. If I had to go with just one, I'm on a desert island and I can only take one blues album, I would probably take Big Bill Broonzy.
Right.
I lean towards, if I have to choose one, I lean towards the acoustic blues to the electric blues. I love Stevie Ray Vaughan. I love Eric Clapton. I love the blues influence stuff from ZZ Top, but I really gravitate towards the originals, and so I would say Big Bill Broonzy. But in those would be Skip James, Blind Willie McTell, Robert Johnson, these are my guys. That's my style. T-Bone Walker, he's the first electric dude too, but those would be my guys.
Yeah. Those.
Hard question, man.
There's not a right or a wrong or you can't pick one, obviously. I really like. I mean, I love T-Bone. He's made. I mean, by the way, he was BB King's favorite artist. Was that? I would probably go with Muddy Waters.
Great choice.
Just because of his crossover to the electric blues, and then with songs like "Born Under." Da 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 da. On the day I was born. Just some of his. He had so much attitude. He had so much attitude in his lyrics and his playing. So I'm gonna go with that. But yeah, I agree with you. It could be anybody. I mean, I love the stuff that like. I mean, anywhere from Elmore James or Robert Johnson to so many guys out there. So we got some great stuff in here.
I also want to give a shout out to Freddie King, Albert King, and Lightning Hopkins as well. Those are another 3 names that you should be listening to as well. So those are my recommendations. The Skip James, Freddie King, Albert King, Lightning Hopkins, Skip James, I already said him, Blind Willie McTell, Elmore James, those guys, T-Bone Walker, just you can't go wrong. You put them on Spotify and you'll just really, really dig what they're doing.
And it's funny too, because a lot of those old blues, they were like preachers too. They were blues guys, but like Son House, like there's a recording of Son House where he's literally sitting there, he's on like a TV show or a TV set. He's literally clapping. He's clapping, and he's got so much swing and soul in his clapping and he's singing, and it's amazing. He was a great slide guitar player as well. But Son House was another one of the early guys that was a big influence on everything.
Big Bill was a reverend, and so was Reverend Gary was another one that was. I mean, his name was Reverend Gary. There's just a lot of association with the church and that music too, and the church and music in general in the South. There's a really strong connection. R.L. Burnside too. I have to give him a shout out too from what he did with the electric stuff and his old stuff in open G, that Virginia Piedmont sound. I love that stuff too.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously you can't leave out my man Magic Sam. I love me some Magic Sam. Magic Sam. Okay, cool. Let's move on to secret number 2 here. Secret number 2 is how do you take this blues, the open position, which is obviously a great key to know, but how do you play it in any key? Because this is my experience when I've done a lot of blues stuff, a lot of blues jams and stuff. You'll be up on stage and you literally just call out the blues, the key, and if it's a quick change. So you'll be like, let's do a blues in B flat, quick change, shuffle, whatever. Just simple as that. 3 words. The key, whether it has a quick change or not, and the style. And bam, you're off and running. Now, what happened? I mean, the key of A is great, but what happens if you say B flat? How would you do a blues in the key of B flat? So that's going to be our secret is how do you move up the key? And it's going to start with you got to know the open position blues. Okay. And then you got to understand how to take that and move it into what's called a closed position blues. Okay. So let's do that first. Am I right, Tyler? Am I right where we're going here?
Yeah, 100%. And just to that, I would add that you really want to know what your 1, 4, or 5s are in every key, both for the blues and for music in general. If I hear blues in B flat, I instantly know B flat's my 1, E flat's my 4, F is my 5. Like that just jumps right into my brain. And that's just from a lot of time with an instrument in my hands. And the other thing you want to know is the ukulele, because it has the high G, we're doing a lot of inversions with the chords. So you want to know where the root note is in every chord shape that you play. That's really, really important. Whether it's if you play an F chord, you want to know where your F is. G7, you want to know where your G notes are. You want to know where the root note is in every single chord shape that you're playing, because that's going to make all these things a lot more fluid.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point. I forgot what I was gonna say, but okay, cool. Yeah, great point. So let's go ahead now. I'm gonna share my screen here. And by the way, if you like this stuff that we're talking about, at the end of this, we are going to talk about the new course coming out, which is a ukulele blues mastery. So if this stuff is like maybe a little hard for you, don't worry. That course, we start at the beginning. We start at the basics of it, and then we go through. Okay, and we'll be doing that a little bit more at the end. Okay, so Yeah, so let's go ahead now. I'm going to share my screen with you. This is the Shuffle Blues Open. Some of you were asking about these handouts. They are available to you. They will be available to you. We will be sharing all of these with you, so do not worry about that. You will have access to them. I know that some of you want this. So I'm just going to move some stuff around. I want to make sure my feed is okay. So give me 1 second. I'm sorry. I got a lot of moving parts here. Okay, there we are. Okay, good. All right, so this is your Shuffle Blues. This is just this right here. Now, we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on this because this is one of the lessons from today. But let's go ahead and, one of the lessons from the 5 blues videos we released this week was on this. So we're not going to spend a lot of time with this, but you have to know this, okay? This shuffle feel, okay? This is like the beginning, the basis of this. Because let's just go ahead and play through it. And like I said, there is videos on YouTube that we just released on this, and also these will be covered in more detail inside the course, okay? Inside the blues mastery course, which we're gonna offer to you here at the end of this webinar. All right, so let's go ahead and play this. Let's just do it one time. Forget the repeats. Let's just go all the way through and just stop here on A7. 1, 2, 3. I know it's a little cut off. I'll just make it a little smaller. That way you can see everything. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and D7. This is just your little shuffle pattern. Super, super important to get this down. And this is swung. You feel the swing? 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 bop, 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 bop. Now E7. And we'll end it. All right, so there's your basic shuffle blues. We're actually going to move past this right now into the close position. So let me know in the chat where you're at with that. Give me a score. We like to do 1 through 5 here, okay? 1 through 5 on how you do with that. 1 through 5, your score, 1 through 5, okay? Let me know on that 1 through 5 how you did on that. 1 being you need improvement, 5 being you are on your way to becoming a blues master. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to take that, we're going to move past it, and I'm going to move a little fast here because we only got Tyler for a certain amount of time, and I want to get through this stuff. We're going to now take this same, okay, I see the scores coming in, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 4. So a lot of people on the way. Don't be shy if you only get a 1 or a 2, okay? Do not be shy, because I guarantee everyone here that's a 4 or 5 has been working on this. Probably because a lot of people here are premium members at Ukulele Pros, and we do weekly Q&As every Friday. Every Friday we do a Q&A for the ukulele, and we have amazing turnout, and people from all over the world join into these. So, okay. Good. All right, so now let me share my screen. I still got Tyler on mute just for a second because I want to play this, and then we're gonna bring him on, and we're gonna test you guys. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take this, and we're gonna do the same blues we just did, except we're gonna do it here in the key of A. Same key, except now we're gonna be using these power chord shapes. Okay, these power chord shapes, and the reason why this is so important is because once you know this. This might be the most important lesson you learn right now. If you can master this right here, this key, you can play the blues in any key. Doesn't matter if you're high G, low G, doesn't matter. Right here, if you can master this lesson, I'm going to put a big old stars by here, asterisk signs. Trust me, this will open up the entire world because you can be able to play in any key. Oh, whoa, look at me. I threw in a hard little turnaround as well. Okay, but let me play this once, and then we'll talk about it. I'll bring Tyler on right after we play through it once. Okay, I know it's kind of small, and I apologize. It's just that the next view is either too big or too small. So there we go. I'll just make it small. All right, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and... Now, we got a little D7 there. We're still doing the swing. You feel that swing? Back to the A chord. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's your turnaround, your last 4 bars. Here's your turnaround right here. And then you can repeat. Actually, you can end on the A on the A chord or so forth. All right, so that's the blues shuffle in the closed position. Now let's ask Tyler here. Tyler, why is that so important to get this one down?
Because that's the foundation. You want to think about that as like the canvas. It's like you're not going to be able to run if you can't walk. That is the foundation of everything that you have going. And you want it to be in that key as well. In addition to not only being the foundation of everything that you're going to have moving forward, it's a super common key that you're going to jam a ton of too. So you're going to find harder keys and you're going to find closed position blues, but you're not only going to need this and understand this to get there, you're going to play a ton of blues in A. This is super duper common. It's a great key on the guitar. It's a key that's popular with mandolins. It's a key that's popular with fiddles. It's a great key on the piano. It's just a really universal key of the blues. The key A and the key of E are the 2 ones that you really want to have down like the back of your hand, and then you start to build on those 2 keys.
Yeah. So and this sounds fine. This sounds fine even on the high G, right? I mean, low G is cool for the power chords, but it sounds fine. Yeah, exactly. So let's go ahead and I'll spend just a minute on this because then we want to talk about soloing, and then I know Tyler's going to have to go at a certain time. He's got another event, so I'm happy that he was able to spend some time with us here today. But anyway, let's just look at this real quick. You only have 2 chord shapes you got to get down. The A7, which is the power chord here on the 2nd fret. That's a power chord, but that's how you're going to do these blues, because then we can take these and move them to any key we want. And this is all it is right here. 2, 4. Now, I know it's a stretch. I understand that. But this is like, you might just need to practice this right here. Just spend some time with this right here, over and over again. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Now, when you go to the D7, notice the D7 is a different shape, because what you're doing is just like what Tyler talked about. Just what Tyler talked about a lot. I'm sorry, were you saying something, Tyler, or were you talking something else?
I was just telling my wife that we need some milk.
Okay, cool. Gotcha. So the other thing is, and is that this right here, this is exactly what Tyler was talking about. For this chord, here's your root right here on the second fret of this thing. But when you go to this D7, like this shape right here, your root is actually on the 3rd string, right? So that's exactly what Tyler was talking about, and understanding where the roots are. By the way, I need milk as well, so if you all could grab me some milk too, Tyler, that'd be great. All right, so the D7 shape is just barring here at the 2nd fret, and then you're gonna add this 3rd finger right here. Actually, I see this chart is actually wrong, so we'll have to fix this chart, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. This should be a 4 here. This should be reversed. So instead of 2, 4, it should say 4, 2. I don't know if this is an old chart. I don't know. Maybe we're using the wrong thing here. But anyway, that should be 4 on the 4th string and 4, 2. Okay, that's what happens. There's always little tweaks that we need to do, but this is the pattern right here. Okay, that's your D7, and then it's the same for when you do it on the E7 chord, except just slightly different. Again, this should be 6, 4 here, not 4, 6. So it should be 4 should be the first one, and then 6 under here. Okay. All right, so there's that. Now, let's play this one more time, and then Tyler's going to come on. He's going to show us how to take this particular pattern and take it up to a different key. All right, so a different key. So here we go. Let me make this a little smaller. Here we go. From the top again. And by the way, I know this is going fast. We do have tons of videos, including the Blues Mastery course, that will go over all this stuff in more detail. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and now the quick change. That's called the quick change. All right, to the 4 chord, the D7. There's all kinds of variations you can do on this stuff too. Last line, E7. And here's that cool little turnaround. And we'll end it right there. All right, so that's in the key of A. Now, I'm going to bring Tyler back on now. So Tyler, this is the whole point of this particular, what we're talking about here is that how can you now take what I just showed you and apply it to a different key?
So it helps a lot to understand how it revolves with that particular key. And what I do is I look for the root notes. So over the A, I'm looking for the A note. Over the D, I'm looking for the D note. Over the E, I'm looking for the E note, because these are how you move them around your fretboard, right? So that first shuffle that we're looking at that goes, I have my A note here on the 2nd fret of the G string, right? So if I know what that is on this G string, I can move that anywhere I want up and down the fretboard. Because spatially, all these things are the same. So if I take this bar that I'm doing 2nd fret of these 2 strings, and now all of a sudden I'm playing the 7th fret of the G string and the 7th fret of the C string. I'm sorry, 7th fret of the G string and the 9th fret of the C string. It's a little cramped up there, but this is an E blues because this is my root note right here. So this functions kind of like a finger, right? And when you realize that, then you see that everything is movable. You have a capo right here. It's just called your fingers. And that works. And it's all about knowing where your root notes are and how spatially everything connects to that. I also think taking that a step further, that's kind of knowing how to do it spatially, but understanding your intervals is also really important in a more long-term study. If you want to take this from like a pre-intermediate to an intermediate and above, understanding these ideas on an interval basis will really take it from kind of being able to do it spatially to understanding why you're doing it, which is another huge step.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. So let's do it on the fly, just a real simple transposition. So let's go, Tyler, instead of the key of A, let's just do it in the key of B flat. And could you just show us those 3 chords? So show us what the 1, the 4, and the 5 chord shape would be based off those power chord shapes.
So these ones we're doing right here, the first thing I want to do is I want to find my B flat. So A note, my B flat's right here. That just pushes that idea up 1 fret, right? So what I'm doing here, in A, to make it B flat, I'm just moving everything up 1 string, 1 fret this way. And then that means I'm going to do the same thing with the D and the same thing with the E, because they're going to follow the exact same trend. Everything is moving up 2 frets this way, right? So with my D, looking at the handout, the handout's flip-flopped, right? I should have because it's got my D.
It's flip-flopped. It's flip-flopped.
So with my D, what I want to do is I want to bar the 2nd fret here and here, but because now I'm in B flat, I want this D to be an E flat, so I move it up to the 3rd fret. The same way I transpose my A to my B flat and move 1 fret this way, my D is going to do the same thing. And if you were to do it with open shapes, it would work the exact same way. Your A7 will become a B flat 7. Your D7 would be an E flat 7, and your E7 would be an F7. And that's also a great exercise to do it both with the shuffle and with the open shapes. And if you have a friend, that is a great way to add some polyphony to what you're playing. One of you use the closed shapes and one of you use the power chord shuffles, and then you create something really interesting without playing the exact same thing.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Just note that one of the most important things that bears repeating is that if you move 1 chord up 1 fret, everything else has to move 1 fret. Everything moves the same amount. So you're not going to move your idea to B flat 1 fret and then move the D 2 frets. And all the movements are going to match. So if one moves 1 fret, the other one's moving 1 fret. If we're going to the key of C, 1, 2, 3, here's my C note, so I'm able to recreate it. That means my D will also move 1, 2, 3 frets as well, because it needs to match it.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and play. Let's go ahead and try this, and then we'll do a talk about soloing right before. I know you got a few minutes, but let's go to. We're gonna play now. I'm gonna share my screen again. This is gonna be the same thing, except now we're gonna be in B flat, which means now A becomes B flat, D becomes D flat, and then the E becomes. Wait, no, that's not right. Sorry about that. E flat. We're going up, not down. E flat. And then the E flat becomes just regular old F, okay? So B flat's going to be here on the 2nd fret. E flat's going to be on the 1st fret. No, I was right. I was right. Am I right? No, I'm not. Yeah, sorry. 3rd fret. I meant to say A flat. I wanted to do A flat, but I was thinking B flat. Sorry, B flat is on the 3rd fret. That's where my mind was going off. B flat's on the 3rd fret. E flat is on the 3rd fret as well, but the different bar shape. And then the F is on the 5th fret. Okay, so let's try this. Let's see how we do. This is a blues closed position in the key of B flat now. Okay, everything's a half step higher, 1 fret higher than what we just did. 1, 2, 3, and now to the quick change. To E flat, 3rd fret, the new shape. Here we go, last F. Don't worry about this turnaround here, just do B flat chord. And end on the B flat there. So notice what I did here. Instead of doing this turnaround, which it still works in a different key, I just played the B flat chord here, right? And then I just played the F chord here. Just keep it simple, and I didn't play exactly what was there. All right. So now, not only could you do that key, you could do any single key you wanted to, as long as what you talked about with Tyler was finding the root. All right. Now, the last topic here is, or the 3rd secret, I guess, is soloing, okay? How to solo, or soloing in the blues. And so Tyler, why don't you take this for a second, because I know your time is limited, but if we're going to do the solo, we're going to keep it in the key of A. What is the most important scale? I guess it could be 2 scales because they're almost the same scales. But really, what's the most important scale to learning how to solo or soloing over any blues?
So I always look at it as the minor pentatonic scale. Some people will tell you the blues scale. So if the blues scale is just the minor pentatonic with 1 extra note, I don't even really think of it as its own scale. I think about it as the minor pentatonic, and you just have this flat 5 note. So the minor pentatonic is really the one that you want to get comfortable with. And then you can add this passing tone a little later that will convert it into the blues scale. So to clarify again, the minor pentatonic and the blues scale are the exact same thing. The blues scale just has a little cherry on top that you're going to use sparingly anyways. Or you can almost think about it a little extra hot sauce, a little extra flavor. And this is the scale that you need for playing the blues. And what's great about the blues is when you play over it, it's kind of like bumper bowling, because all the notes in the pentatonic scale with the blues sound great over all 3 chords. So you can't really make a mistake if you're playing in this scale. So it's just about you just kind of throwing it out there and just jamming and rolling with it and just going with it and going with the flow and feeling comfortable with making mistakes, because it's literally sonic bumper bowling at that point.
Yeah, and I think I call it the blues scale, but that's why I said 2 scale. Like you said, I think I agree with what you said. I actually like it. They are the same scale.
Yeah.
It's just, because so many times in the minor pentatonic, especially the pro guys, will add maybe a couple chromatic notes here and there, and it doesn't change the scale or the feel. It just adds a little bit of, like you said, hot sauce to it.
Exactly.
How are we doing on time? I want to make sure we get you out of here on time. What do we got here?
I need to go.
Okay.
So
Okay, cool.
I have time for a final question or a final contribution, a final thought.
Okay. So one give us one tip on how you can become a better soloist using the minor pentatonic or blues scale.
Okay, well, so I'm gonna give you two of them. I'm gonna give you three of them. One of them is when you practice the scale, learn to practice the notes out of order. Because if you only practice the scale in order, you're always gonna sound like you're playing a scale when you jam. So when you're practicing the scale, learn to skip a note. I have some good exercises. If you look for a video I did on YouTube called Master the Scale, and we've done shapes 1 and 2, but we'll eventually get to 3, 4, and 5. And they're just 9 exercises to get you playing the scale, but out of the order of the scale, skipping notes, skipping strings, etc. Because those leaps give your solo interest. The leaps are what make it sound musical, and the leaps are what make it sound not like a scale. That's tip 1. So don't just play it in order. Tip 2, rests. Let these things breathe. Think about it like a vocal phrasing. Think about it like it's melodic. If you ever listen to a song, you're never going to hear a singer just singing, never stop, and the song goes and goes and goes, and they never breathe, and they just keep going and going and going, because it's going to sound like a run-on sentence. The power of the notes that you let breathe are very, very powerful. So you really, really want to let rests happen, and you really want to be deliberate with that, which leads me to my last tip. When you're playing and you're putting a backing track on, you go to YouTube, backing track in E, you know the pentatonic in E, and you're just playing and you're going and you're going and you're going and you're going. The only thing you really need to be conscious of is a word called resolution. Resolution, resolution, resolution. It's worth repeating one more time, resolution. Because these ideas, the most important note that you play is the last note, because that's the one that your listener is going to hear. That's the one that's going to go on for a certain time. That's the one that's going to push up against the chords. That's the one that's going to resonate. So when I'm playing a lick and I'm playing an idea, and I choose the last note to let breathe, I want to think about what chord is that one over, and ultimately the very, very, very last note that I play, I want it to be the root note. So if I'm playing a solo in E, after everything gets done, the last note should be the E note, because that makes it sound finished and that makes it sound complete. And if at first that you can make your solos sound not like a scale and finished, if you can do those two things and in time, play with the metronome and in time, then you're going to really, really, really be off to a strong start.
Yeah. And I love what you said about breathing. That was one of the first lessons I learned when I was studying jazz. And the way I was presented to it was, if you're a saxophone player, right, like you said, you have to breathe or you're like pass out. But unlike us ukulele or guitar players that just go on and on and on and on. So you're so right. So anyway, I want everybody to give Tyler a virtual clap, a bow, a thumbs up, something. We appreciate his time. Thank you, 10 Thumbs. Do not forget to go check out his YouTube channel. He also has a Patreon page as well. Check it out. It's 10 Thumbs Pro. It's easy to find. Just do a search, but do go and follow this man. And Tyler, I appreciate your time. Thank you, brother.
My pleasure. Remember, everybody out there, talent trumps hard work. I do not come from a musical family. I started this journey when I was 26. I've been playing ukulele for 7 years, guitar for 6 years. It's just really put the time in, and you can get there. Anyone can do it. That's what the message of 10 Thumbs is. Feel empowered by your mistakes. Fail forward. You'll get there if you put the time in. All right?
All right. Thank you, brother. We'll see. I'll talk to you soon. Man. Okay.
Take care.
All right. So now we're gonna continue on. We're gonna continue on here. Tyler, we want to thanks Tyler for his time. Let's jump right into the next part here, the blues scale, and it's essentially, like you said, they're the same scale. I just chose the blues scale. I could have chose a minor pentatonic scale. I just happened to choose the blues scale for this. So let me share my screen here for you. This is the blues scale. This by far is the most important scale you need to get down. And this will help you with so many styles of music, from blues to rock to Christian to everything. So this is the blues scale. Now I actually gave you a few extra notes here. A lot of times they would just end right here on this 5. Okay, a lot of times they'll end here, but I gave you a few extra notes. Okay, so what I want to do here real quick while you look at this scale, I'm going to bring up a backing track, and I'm going to do a little soloing using this scale. And I'm going to tell you how important that is with this. Yeah, Tyler was amazing. Please, please, and go and follow him if you're not following him already. All right, so let me bring up a backing track, and I'll just play over it a little bit, and then I want you to see how important this is that you get this scale down. Let's check this one. All right, so yeah, I know I threw a few fancy things in there, maybe a little bend or a little slide or a few things, but that was all the same scale. That was the scale that you saw on the screen there. Okay, that's all it was. Okay, and then practice. Obviously, you got to practice. You got to listen, just like we were talking about listening. You gotta know how to phrase. Okay, you got to know how to phrase, and that phrasing only comes by listening to the best. The B.B. Kings, the Freddie Kings, the Albert Kings, the Stevie Ray Vaughns, the Jimi Hendrix, the Eric Claptons, the Big Bill Brucey, all those guys. Okay, even if they're not necessarily soloists. Okay, even if they're not necessarily soloists, you still have to listen. Get the scale down. Listen, and practice. By the way, we have over 200 people here. Thank you. Don't forget to give this a thumbs up. Please, don't mind giving this a thumbs up. That would be awesome. All right, and by the way, in the course that I'm about to go over here in just a few minutes, we do talk about soloing as well in the beginning. Well, it's not the beginning, but in the Ukulele Blues Mastery course. Okay, I'm about to do that here in a second. Thank you all for being here. We're just about to I'm just about to introduce this course, but let me bring up this one more time before we talk about the course and then also about the premium membership. And don't forget, I am going to be giving away this ukulele right here in just a minute, or actually more at the end of it. So if you're here, you have to be present to win. Everybody can win this ukulele. I will send it anywhere in the world. Okay, so I'll cover the shipping too, by the way. Okay, so again, this scale, this A blues scale. Get this down. Just trust me on this. Get it memorized. This is your fingering right here. I would follow this fingering when you're playing the scale. Okay? When you're playing the scale, follow the fingering. Now, it's going to change. You notice when I was playing the soloing, yeah, my fingers might change a little bit according to where I am. But when you're practicing, just get this scale down. Okay, trust me on this. Get it down. And then, really, just like the video that I released yesterday, all you have to do to start learning how to solo is take these scales break it up into little chunks, which is called licks or riffs or stuff like that. But that only can come once you get these down. Okay? Once you get to scale down, then it becomes easier to start hearing these phrases. And again, where do you hear the phrases? Oh, because B.B. King just played something like this. Oh, I heard that from B.B. King. Or I heard Stevie Ray Vaughan do something like, I don't know what. Right? Or I heard Hendrix or something like that. Okay? So good. I just wanted to go over that, get that down, and they're awesome. Randall's my man, coming at us from Hawaii. All right, real quick before we get to the Blues Mastery course, I'm going to talk about that now. I have this. I have this special right now, and it's okay because I might just run the special until I sell out of these things. But right now we're essentially giving away all 3 of the Elvis ukuleles right here. All 3 of them. The Elvis, Viva Las Vegas, the Elvis Rockabilly, and also the Blue Hawaii. So we're giving all 3 of these away for one low price. It's basically buy 2 of them, get 1 free. So anyway, I don't know where that link is. We'll put that link in the chat here somewhere. But anyway, we're gonna throw in that down for Elvis Week. By the way, it is in honor of Elvis's passing. Yeah, if Elvis is passing. All right. For now, though, let's get into the Blues Mastery course. What is the Blues Mastery course? Well, I'm super excited to present this to you, and I'm going to show you 2 ways that you can get this course. By the way, if you're a premium member, they already have this course in their premium account. Okay, the Elvis Trio, thank you for asking. The Elvis Trio is $199.97. $199.97. They're normally $99 each, $90 each for all 3. Okay, for all 3. There you go. I don't know where that link is. There's like kind of a long link to it somewhere. I don't know where we put that. But that's on the store. All right. All right. Steve says his horse is named Elvis and his dog name is Presley. All right. I like that. All right. Now, if you're a premium member, like I mentioned, this course, what I'm about to talk to you about, is already in your online account. So all premium members, they get the courses. Okay, already ahead of time. So I just want to announce that. Doesn't mean you can go if you're a premium member, because you're still going to want to win the call at Ukulele. But let me ask you something. If you've been totally cool with what we've talked about today, with Tyler, with the handouts, by the way, everyone's going to get the handouts. Don't worry. The corrected ones, by the way, we're going to give you the corrected ones. Are you ready to move forward? Meaning, are you ready to become a blues master? Well, I hope so. I'm going to give you 2 options today. The Ukulele Blues Mastery course. Some people like courses. They don't like to become members. I understand that, although the membership has a lot of more perks than just buying 1 course. But I understand everybody's a little different. Or the premium membership. Okay, what is the Ukulele Blues Mastery course? Well, it's my brand new course, which I'm totally excited about. It's a fantastic course, and I know because it's a very similar course that we did on the baritone. It's just adapted for the ukulele. Okay, so what is it? Well, here's the things. Besides just learning how to play the blues, I always like to, there's other things you're going to learn from all this stuff. Okay, and by the way, the blues is, I say this in the videos, it is the most important style that you can get down. Even if you don't want to become a blues artist, it is the most important thing you need to get down. Okay, so when you master the blues, what are you mastering? You're going to ask your rhythm. Okay, this is going to help you with your rhythm because we got all kinds of styles, all kinds of tempos that you're going to be looking at. Okay, your ear training, understanding these 4 chords, or these 3 chords. Remember what Tyler said? The 1 chord, the 4 chord, and the 5 chord. Once you can hear those 3 chords, then you're going to start hearing stuff like the minor 3 chord, or the minor 2 chord, or the minor 6 chord. Those chords become a lot easier to hear once you get these 1, 4, 5 down, including understanding this 12-bar blues form, okay, and where you are at all times in this form. Your technique is going to go through the roof. As you can see, the stuff that Tyler and myself are doing That's all because of the blues, all that stuff. So your technique is going to grow no matter what. You're going to definitely become a better player. And then I didn't say this was part of my story, but when I was traveling Europe right after I graduated, I was playing the blues in these little small towns, little small villages in Cinquecetta, Italy. And even though I wasn't speaking Italian, they weren't speaking English, we were able to speak the language of music, and we were able to play the blues all night in this little restaurant bar, and people freaking loved it. They just absolutely loved it. So this style is something you can play everywhere. And then, two, just your confidence is going to go through the roof with this stuff. And then obviously we're going to have a fun time playing all this stuff. All right. So all that stuff. Now the actual course itself, okay, besides the videos, all right. I mean, you see my videos, you see the YouTube videos, you see the tab on the screen, you see the chord diagrams on the screen, you see how the cursor moves, right? I mean, that stuff, Dr. Mari, that stuff takes an incredible amount of time, and we do it for one reason, and that's for you to help you learn better, okay? So we put that in there, all that stuff, and that's, of course, all these videos have that as well, and it's just an absolutely amazing learning tool that you're going to get with it. So besides the videos, that's just a given. You know you're going to get videos that I've put my heart and soul into. I've put, my 30 years of teaching, my 30 years of performing, writing, being a professional musician into all these courses, and it comes out in these. And I think it comes out really well. And I know that because the course, I filmed it very fast, and that's because this is my passion. Right? This is where I sit down. I love playing the blues. I love, teaching the blues, and I think it comes out really well in these videos as well. So besides, you're gonna get the videos, you know that. You're gonna get the videos. You get all the printable tab music. And by the way, there's a couple bonuses I'll talk about in a second. You get the printable tab or sheet music, because that's something you can download and print. We already talked about this on-screen chords, tabs, the cursor. That stuff, that's a huge thing. The backing tracks are absolutely amazing. You heard one of them earlier. My buddy Pear, one of the best musicians I've ever seen in my life, puts all my backing tracks together for me. He can play any instrument better than most people who study one instrument, from guitar to, he does have a ukulele. I did give him a ukulele. Keyboards, drums, everything. He's a man. You get all that. You get the instruction by me. I'm the one teaching this course, okay? So remember, we had Chris. Chris taught us the jazz course, but this is my course. This is what I'm teaching. If you do the course, it is a one-time payment, and you do have lifetime access. Okay, so some people like that. Some people like just paying once and have a lifetime access. I still think the premium membership's a better way to go, but I totally understand. So that's the course right there. Okay. Now, I guess what would it be worth? Well, normally, I mean, a course like this, with all these different styles. By the way, do you know all these styles? Like, could you do all these styles right now? The shuffle blues, blues rock, jump blues. What the heck is a jump blues? What does that mean? Fingerstyle blues, country blues, 12/8 blues, soloing. Okay, so we talk about all that stuff in this course. This is the Ukulele Blues Mastery course. Right? This, I would have no problem charging $127 for it. Matter of fact, I still think that would be a crazy price if you considered I wouldn't even be able to teach a private lesson for that cost. Okay, just because my time is so limited right now, and so matter of fact, I can't even offer private lessons during this time because of it. So to me, that seems like a really awesome price for that. But don't worry, you won't even pay that today. You won't pay that today. So the Blues Mastery course, let's say it was $127. We're just going to do it. I'm going to give you an awesome deal, though, today. Bam! I'm going to give you access for 6 weeks, okay? 6 weeks. Let me come off the screen here. This is the most important thing I have to say, I think, right here. And some of you people are here as well. We do a weekly Q&A with all my premium members every Friday. We've been doing that. I know a lot of people are starting that. You see a lot of YouTubers, and there's nothing wrong, I'm not criticizing, but you see a lot of people starting to do Zoom lessons and stuff like that. We've been doing this for over like 3 years. It might be like 4 years. Okay, we've been doing this for 3 or 4 years every single week. I think we've only missed maybe 1 or 2 the whole time. But we do it every week. All of those are recorded, by the way. All those are recorded. But this is the most important thing, because these, unlike this today where I can see your chat, we can see each other. You can ask questions. You can become part of the community that we have. So they're super important. Not to mention we have monthly challenges. Right now we have 2 challenges going on. We have a fingerstyle challenge going on right now. We have a fingerstyle challenge. By the way, the winner of that, just so you know. And I'm going to talk about the premium membership in a second. But by the way, just so you know, what is this? This is a Koaloha box, right? You know, if it's in a white box, you know if it's in a white box, it means it's made in Hawaii. So right now, the premium members are all working hard to win this. This is only for premium members, by the way. Okay, and we'll talk about that in a second. But we give away ukuleles for the winners of the challenges. Okay, and I'm going to give you access to these. I'm going to give you access to these for 6 weeks if you just want to buy the course. So you're going to be, for 6 weeks, you're going to get access to the Friday Q&As. We're going to focus in on the blues for that. But we also do, oh, and by the way, the second challenge, and by the way, premium members, I have already got the word from Koaloha that they're going to send me some more stuff, stuff for giveaways. Okay, just so you know, What's up, Tom? What's up, Tom, Larry? All right, so I'm going to give you access. I'm going to come back on. But anyway, this is the most important thing. Worldwide community. Most amazing people that I've ever met. A lot of them are here today. Peter, Maria. So many people are here that are premium members. And by far, Len is here. Mark Trevis. I'm just going through and looking at some of the people that have checked in. Okay, some most amazing people that I know. They've changed my life in the last 3 or 4 years, and so it's absolutely a fantastic thing. So anyway, you're going to get access to this for 6 weeks. This is with the course. Okay. 6 weeks of it. And we're just finishing up the baritone one that people got 6 weeks to the baritone one. You're going to get the entire book as a PDF as well. So the whole book of this course, instead of the individual handouts, like you can get those and download them from each other, Mari put together this awesome book with all the stuff in it. You're going to get that as well. That's a download, by the way, so no shipping. You don't have to ship it to, I know some of my customers in Australia, shipping's very expensive, so this will be a downloadable thing that you get. So just so you know, and I'm not bragging by any means, but like, if you try to study with me for like 6 weeks privately, which like I said, I don't even have the time. It's not anything bad. It's just like I wouldn't. Even this price, I wouldn't even be able to charge this price because I just don't have the time. But if you were, that would. I would probably think it would be more. To be honest with you, but just that alone is really, really special, and I'm very, 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 very thankful. Very, very thankful for that. But if you just added all this stuff up, you're over at $2,000 already just for this stuff. Okay, just for this stuff. Okay. Some of my people here, the customers, the premium members, the community that we have, this is just some stuff people have said. And I have pages, trust me, pages and pages of quotes quotes that people have given me that we use on the website. Here's just a few that I pulled out. But people, I'm at the beginning, but I'm coming from this midlife, and has been incredible for my brain, fine motor skills, and hearing already. It's a new language that has opened up the door in my awareness where I can see clearly when my thinking mind must get out of the way of what my hands and ears know. So that's a fantastic quote. By the way, Maria, who's here today, she's shared with me some very, very powerful stuff as well. So that's really been that's been really, really awesome too. Honestly, I can't thank you enough for this course and all you do for the uke community here. Warms my heart to see so many kind and generous people who do so much for others. So that's a very, very kind thing to say. I love hearing that. And then this is a quote I love from Jessica. Your classes have been so incredibly helpful. I searched YouTube, and like a lot of you have, and felt so overwhelmed by all that was available until I found your channel. You have such a clear teaching plan, and I know what is to be expected of me. I do expect a lot out of the community in the courses. Thank you for all the pre-production you put into your training. You helped me fall in love with playing the ukulele and now learning it for myself, not just my son. I look forward to your lessons every day. Thank you for all the effort you have put into your course. So another really, really great quote. Thank you, Jessica, for that. All right, so you have the course, okay? You have the course, but I told you we're not going to make you. That's not what you have to pay today, okay? Right now, it's all just for $67. So this is going to be a launch special. Okay, this launch special, just for the next like 5 days or so, for $67. You get everything. You get the course. You get all the bonuses. For that's a one-time payment, by the way, one-time payment. Okay, so $67. I just think it's too cheap. But that's what we do in the launches. We try to give you as much value as we can for it, okay? But I have one more thing to do, and I've already talked about this. This is not necessarily a secret, but as little as $15 a month, if you're a yearly premium member, it's a premium membership. This is where it's at. And if you see the chat here, look at the chat. This is where it's all about with the premium members. And by the way, this is the kind of thing that premium members do, just so you know. And they're here today. Randall and Trish, they made these two. Actually, there's three of them. One of them's mine, and then three other ones that they made for the community for me to give away. Okay, so we have straps. People have donated yearly premium memberships. People who bought a ukulele from my store, they're like, I don't want the one I have anymore, so I'm going to donate it to you. So like, I have ukuleles that people send me for giveaways here. Different art. People have made these awesome like Christmas ornaments in the pineapple shapes and ukulele. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. But the community is absolutely incredible as a premium member. Some of my members have been there from the beginning. I mean, guys like Peter and Lawrence, I mean, they've been there from the very beginning when Uke Like the Pros started years ago, when nobody was watching Uke Like the Pros. Uke Like the Pros YouTube had like 56 followers, and I'd post a video and get like 7 watches, right? I mean, from the very beginning, when I was just, a new father of twins trying to make it through every day, let alone trying to start my channel. So Kimberly's here as well. Some great chat. Dawn and Janine is here as well. Yes. Oh, there's Charlotte's here. She's the one that made some incredible stuff for us as well. So so incredible. Yeah. A lot of you have been here so long. So anyway, this is a premium membership. This is by far, this is what we put our heart and soul into. We put so much time and effort into the premium membership to make sure that it's good for everybody here. You get everything. You get everything in the premium membership right now. I mean, you get all this stuff that we talked about. You're going to get all this stuff, okay? This does not mean you get private instruction with me necessarily like one-on-one. This is where we do our Friday calls, okay? That's what that means, okay? You get everything. Everything at Uke Like the Pros. Let me show you how crazy it is. I used to do individual slides for this, and I don't even think it's all updated here. But this is all the stuff you get. Weekly Q&A video every week. Weekly Guitarlele video if you're a Guitarlele player. Weekly Baritone Q&A. So there's 3 hours live with me every week if you want. We actually do a guitar one as well on my other channel, Rock Like the Pros. You get the Master Ukulele 1 course, the Master Ukulele 2 course, the Music Reading course. These are all courses that I have that people can buy one off. And a lot of people do. They just buy each course. Some people would buy every single course. They still don't get access to this, though. No one gets access to this except for the premium members. You can't buy the Q&As. They're not available for sale. Now, you could buy the courses. You could buy all these courses. And trust me, people have bought every single course here. Now, that course is not really for sale either. This is just something that's included with the premium membership. Guitarlele course, that's spelled wrong. Let me fix that while I'm here. the Jazz Swing Mastery course, that's a great course that Christopher Davis Shannon did for us. Beginning Boot Camp course, Major Scale Workshop Music Theory course, the Baritone Blues Mastery course. I mean, and we're doing new courses all the time. And trust me, people have spent this, just so you know. People have spent this much money on all the courses because they just decide to buy each course one by one. They've spent over $3,000 on the courses, which is fine. I have no problem with it. They still don't get to come to the weekly Q&A, unfortunately, but people have decided, because they don't like memberships. Some people don't like memberships. I mentioned that. That's cool. I understand that. I'm not a huge membership fan either, but I do pay for a couple of memberships if I really believe in it. And I do personally pay for memberships that are actually a lot more expensive than what I charge. $60 a month I pay, even more than that on some of them. But anyway, for $19.95 a month, that's a monthly price. You can become a premium member. You get everything, including a free Uke Like the Pros T-shirt. If you pay annually, it ends up being about $15 a month. That's all you pay for all that stuff. Which is, I know there's a lot of stuff out there. There's a lot of other sites. You have a lot of other sites out there offering lessons. You got a lot of stuff on YouTube. But at some point you have to make the commitment to yourself, because I just feel when you start paying for stuff is when you start getting serious about it, right? YouTube's only going to take you so far, trust me. Even if you watch all my YouTube videos, it's still going to leave you wanting more. It's still going to leave you with questions, like holes, right? Holes in your playing or holes in your thoughts. Like, I don't understand this music theory part. I don't understand this part right here, this chord, or how did he get this lick, or how did he do this, right? We all have that. We all have those questions, right? And so you have to at some point join into a community. And I honestly believe we have the best community in the ukulele world, right? I have so many close friends that have fantastic ukulele community. You follow all of them. And I'm Patreons with them too. I join all the people you see on Patreon. I follow them and join them, and I support them every way I can, and they're fantastic. And then they have great communities, and a lot of you are part of those communities. But I feel like what we have here at Uke Like the Pros is a very special community. Some of the greatest people, like I mentioned, all over the world, and they've made a huge impact on my life. And it's just been an honor. I look forward to seeing them every Friday. Like, every Friday. Doesn't matter what's going on in my life, how stressful this or that is. I just look forward to seeing the community every Friday. It's just such a great thing. And the Guitarlele one's on Saturday. The baritone's on Wednesday. The guitar one's on Tuesday. So such a this is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. All right. So let's do a recap real quick, and then we're going to announce the winner. All right. So recap real quick. Blues Mastery course, that's just releasing today, right now. It's available right now. By the way, premium members, like I said, it's already in your online account. So when you log in, you're gonna see the Blues Mastery course. So you can go through it, get into it right now today. Get that course for $67. That's just a special launch price. That is going to go up. That is going to go up after the launch special. Or just join in a premium membership. Get out of the way. Pay your $19.95 a month, or annually it's $188. Just so you know, that's what it ends up being a year. $188. I'm not trying to hide it from you. I just haven't put it in there for any reason. That if you break that down, it's about $15 a month. Okay. All right. So there's your two options. I can't wait. I hope that you all go and take part of this and become a premium member, because I love to see you on Fridays. On the Fridays. Okay, let's go ahead and pick a winner now. I don't know how we're going to do this. Let me see here. Okay, gotcha. All right. The winner. Who's excited? Who wants this, by the way? I'm not scared much. I'm going to put my ukulele down. Who needs a new ukulele right now? Who's ready for? Let's see what this thing is right here. You get the Kala Ukulele. Then you get the little ukulele. By the way, one of these is for my daughter. Okay, one of these is for my daughter. You get the free ukulele. Oh, it has a strap button already. Put into it. You get the little ukulele bag as well. The little ukulele bag. And we'll just ship it we'll just go ahead and ship it right in this. So let's go ahead and pick a winner. How about that? All right. I got to see the chat here. I got to see the chat. You can keep this for yourself. Like I said, I literally just got one of these for my daughter. And when I was getting it for my daughter, I just bought a whole bunch of them for the store. Okay? I just bought a whole bunch of them for the store. All right. You have to be here. You will have to be here to win. So hopefully you are here to win. All right. And hopefully you commented as well. So, all right, here's a winner. Here's a winner. I got a bunch of names here. We're going to just randomly, there's no nothing here. We're going to randomly select a name right now. Okay, right now is Michael Gadd. Is Michael Gadd still here? You have to be here. So Michael Gadd, please leave a comment. Michael Gadd. All right, I love it all. I love it all. Let's see. We'll give him just a minute here. We'll give Michael Gadd just a minute here to check in, and if he doesn't show up, then we will pass it on to somebody else. Okay. Okay. All right. Michael Gadd. All right. All right. Great. All right. We'll give it a second. So anyway, let's wrap this up, and we'll wait for that. Oh, there he is. Michael Gadd. Congratulations. Hit me up at support@ukelikethepros.com. Just let me know, okay? Let me know about that. All right. So, let's go over. Anyway, what do we have here? Let's get out of here. Let me get out of here. Let me do the final goodbyes. All right. So thank you all for being here. I do appreciate it. We are offering today the Ukulele Blues Mastery course right now for $67 with all the bonuses. If you're interested in that, that's ukelikethepros.com/ukeblues. We'll put that in the chat. Okay, ukelikethepros.com/ukeblues. And by the way, if you didn't win one of these, we're going to have a really silly offer with these Ukadelics pretty soon. Okay, so just hang tight. We're going to have a pretty awesome offer with that. All right. So you got the course, or ukelikethepros.com/ukeblues, or the premium membership. And to become a premium, I still got to get the hang of this. If you want to become a premium member, it's just ukelikethepros.com/premium member. It's super easy. You should be able to see all this stuff as well. Okay, should be able to see all this stuff as well below. All right, and don't forget the freebies. All the handouts are going to be emailed to you. So if you signed up for this webinar, we're going to use that email address. We will email that to you as soon as possible. And if you didn't sign up, which, well, you had to be here, the ukelikethepros.com/web. Okay. And then you get to my end of my slide. And this was the Ukulele Blues webinar. I hope you enjoyed it. I do truly appreciate you taking the last hour and a half of your time to be here with me. Tomorrow is Friday. That means tomorrow we have a Q&A. Back to our normal time for tomorrow, which is 9 a.m. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. I can't tell you enough how much it means to me. I hope you have a great day. Stay safe. Stay blessed. And we will see you soon. Why don't you give me a little emoji sign off, a goodbye or something like that. Give me an aloha. Give me something. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. And you guys are awesome. Hang tight. Be safe. Hang tight. Hang loose. Be safe. And thank you again to Tyler. Thank you to Tyler. That was awesome that he took his time. I will see you all tomorrow. All right. Stay blessed. I appreciate it. And we'll see you later. All right. Bye. All right. We done.